Of all things, the Minecraft movie has just blown the roof completely off. Within the US alone, already a $157 million opening weekend. The meme movie. The movie which, when that first trailer came out, kinda looked like a bona fide flop waiting to happen, has now already passed $300 million worldwide. That is literally a domestic opening larger than Barbie. After so much speculation that a Minecraft movie was almost a decade too late, not to mention a god-awful trailer that we will never forget, it seems as though the Minecraft brand is stronger than ever. That, or it really was just the ironic marketing. And perhaps in that sense, all of the negative reviews only acted to fuel it more. Because from a logical standpoint, you'd think a bad movie would have absolutely everything against it. And yet still, seemingly all of the Minecraft fandom has come to see it. And I can certainly vouch for that myself with the ironic kind of audience, since in my very own cinema screening, there were full-on standing ovations to Chicken Jockey. And I bet if they did a rerun, it would be all the more quoted now we know the other lines. It's almost like the terrible nature of that first trailer was so bad that over time, it mutated into intrigue to see this train wreck. And not to mention, that now makes it essentially the most successful US movie this year, at a time when every other box office is flopping, despite the quality. At the same time that we were talking earlier about Ne Zha 2 being the biggest global movie, even when just centralized back to China, only getting in with the memes seems to be the possibility for the movie industry to actually make waves on the theater side of things. We really are just going through the most cursed timeline. And as weird as it may have been, it's an absolute triumph for marketing. I mean, the advertising for this movie has been absolutely everywhere. Proper old-time movie marketing as well. From the choices of sponsors, tie-in projects, and merchandising that we don't really see pushed as aggressively as this anymore, you know? It's almost nostalgic to get a movie tie-in with a McDonald's toy. Or at least one with that kind of impact that's not just a piece of cardboard. I mean, hey, even I got the old chicken jockey bucket that's gonna stay in that background probably. It is just a money-making circus that really kind of harkens back to the 80s and 90s in a weird way. Which is essentially the opposite of what Sony did with its Spider-Man-less movies. Where they knew it just wasn't good, so they just gave up on promoting it, beyond those cursed popcorn buckets. And to be fair, I think a lot of us would rather see something that's so bad it's good than something legitimately terrible and miserable to watch. This level of advertising successfully pitched this movie as a fun, colorful ride for all of the family, which, whatever you think of the movie, isn't exactly a total lie, you know, it's entertaining. It's just mindless family fun, coated in fan service, which was just the perfect storm. The creativity from the marketing department is weirdly more commendable than the creativity of the actual movie. But I mean, I'll hold off on critiquing the specifics of the movie. I've already done that for over half an hour on our main review. But it really is an interesting case study because it was not a good movie, and I think we all get that, yet it was still a true communal event in cinemas. And more so than that, this movie has already doubled its budget. This movie was cheap, you can tell, and that could very well be the kind of wave that will push the industry in a direction for sure going forwards. Cheaper movies aiming to be terrible because we don't show up if the narrative's good, we show up if it's just stupid fun. If you can make a movie a meme, you're rolling in the dough. It's just like Minions 2 again. It really has become an event. In our streaming stay-at-home times is kind of what you need to get bums on seats these days. Whether Barbenheimer, Top Gun Maverick, the Mario movie, or even Wicked last November, we've seen what happens when you truly make an event out of the fact that your movie's happening. And unless you're a Christopher Nolan movie riding on the coattails of another big release, apparently you must be a pre-existing IP, it seems, as well. That bit's probably the most depressing. Back in the 90s, you'd see campaigns like this, but for Jurassic Park, which, lest we forget, was an original property at that time. Easy to forget, now we're getting the 7th movie of that this same summer, featuring a fire-breathing mutant dinosaur. Man, we're truly in the year of train wrecks. They're not even going to be ironic good train wrecks until a good 2 years from now. Though I guess that'll be a fun time for me. Anyway, back to this train wreck, and a Minecraft movie has left no stone unturned on how you can market a movie. From the McDonald's promotions including a Minecraft meal with cubic versions of McDonald's branding and mascots, not to mention the special sauce, McFlurry, and Shamrock milkshake, to traumatizingly accurate toys of Jack Black's version of Steve, because we all want a overweight middle-aged man for a toy. And this approach has worked both as a marketing invasion as well as one that's captured the meme-ifiable ticks that the internet needs for it to go viral. I mean, hell, both the Creeper and the Ghast had their own Doritos flavors out at the moment. Oreos have pickaxes on them now. Frosted Flakes featuring Creeper green milk. It has been simultaneously an inventive, invasive, and utterly shameless marketing splash. And I don't know whether to be astounded or disgusted, to be honest. I mean, hey, I literally got the combined popcorn bucket and drinks dispenser. I am part of the problem, if there is one. And you've also got to love just that Jack Black had to absolutely go no alterations to his regular look. And then the toy manufacturers also had to work around that. Leading to in-play photos like this, where you have a girl playing with the figure of a photorealistic middle-aged man in a blue shirt. That will never not be funny to me. I think we're going into some weird postmodern ironic cinema age. Film students are going to have to start writing a thesis on this era of cinema. Forget the French New Wave, it's the post alternative, modern alternative, American, ironic, memeified wave. It does still reek of the profits-hungry Warner Brothers cutting out the Looney Tunes for sure to me, which they found themselves actually having to do some damage control by suggesting they have some other projects coming. But let's see if any of that's got any actual smoke to the fire now that we're probably locked in for another 3 Minecraft movies. And I would expect still with no real narratives in them because this is Warner Brothers. That A in the title just seems to become more accurate by the day. But at the very least, you have to commend this promotional campaign for doing one fine polishing of a turd. Whilst also, maybe turds is what the audience crave these days. How did we get here? But my question is, did they copy this directly from the playbook of another critically panned hit from the 90s? Because, to be honest, it's an approach that is actually weirdly reminiscent of the Flintstones movie campaign over 30 years ago.
Flintstones. Is that, wait, are these even...
Another live-action adaptation of a big IP that was a success, despite being a critical crucifixion. Like Minecraft, the Flintstones campaign included uncanny-looking toys which had the actors' likenesses to an uncomfortable extent, which John Goodman has proceeded to spend the rest of his career trying to bury. But to me, the biggest weird similarity is the particularly ambitious McDonald's tie-in, including special menu items and a complete rebranding to Rockdonald's. This is by no means the only time there has been tie-ins exactly like this, but the story between these two movies does seem to be weirdly similar to me. A production that did not make the best movie in the world, whilst still weirdly managing to make fan-pleasing realizations of the source material's world and characters. A sentiment that then extended to the marketing of the movie. But does the story of the Flintstones movie also signal what the future may hold for a Minecraft movie? Because despite the negative reviews, that Flintstones movie was actually one of the biggest movies of that year. Yet at the same time, do we ever really talk about that movie anymore? Not from where I'm standing. It was a movie of its time, which I think Minecraft will ultimately become as well. That so bad it's good movie from 2025 that was just sort of in its own little pocket, but ultimately won't be rewatched a great deal once its time is up. But then again, I reckon the Minecraft fandom is a lot more ravenous than the Flintstones fandom in the 90s. And in its success as both a fan-pleasing and family movie, maybe that's a big part of its success. It's a fun, colourful-looking movie that has that ideal invitation of escapism which, let's face it, a lot of people are really looking for at the moment, and I certainly can't fault that. I mean, Minecraft literally represents a whole other world and universe, so what better escape do we have? I just wish they do something creative next time with the Lego idea, but in digital. This movie literally takes people to another world with different rules and physics, so let's see a little bit more of that next time, eh? We'll continue to switch our brains off, but it'd be nice if there was at least a hint more nutrients in the sequel. The many sequels that Warner Brothers is going to run with. They've certainly got the extra room now that they're cutting out Looney Tunes stuff. But at least right now, a Minecraft movie is perhaps the most agreeable atrocity available. And we're only gonna get all the more. For now, my name's been Daz. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this little update on Minecraft being way too successful, but also understandably so. Let me know your thoughts on where you think this is gonna go from here. Is this the biggest movie of the year? That'd be incredibly impressive, but I mean, it feels like audiences have half given up at this point. I'll end it off there, and I shall see you all in a little bit. Bye-bye.